What is going on, guys? Broken Eyes coming at you today with my Odd Eyes update, the much anticipated Odd Eyes update deck profile. February ban list has been announced a couple of days ago, whatever. It's actually coming into effect the 5th of February, if I'm not mistaken. So this deck is basically after the 5th of February ban list, and a few things were hit in this deck. Like Skull Crowbat Joker is going to be a big miss, but at the same time, I've kind of used cards to fix it a little. And I have to say, it's a lot more fun, the deck, in a way. I'm having great fun with it anyway. I've kind of got rid of a lot of the competitive... Not the competitiveness, but it's kind of like it can withstand its own, if you get me. So it's actually a really, really good deck. So without further ado, and enough me talking crap, let's get on to the deck profile. So we're still running 3 Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon because it's just one of the best. So if basically when it's in the Pendulum Zone, if an Odd Eyes card you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special an Odd Eyes monster from your deck or graveyard. You can only use effect Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum once per turn. That's its only effect, but it's just wicked. It works really well with Sky Iris and really well with a few other things. Not much more I can say about that. Next we have 3 Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, the MVP of the deck as well. Inflicts double battle damage, can search in the Pendulum Zone, destroys itself, which can activate Arc Pendulum's effect. Yeah, just really, really good card. Next, Odd Eyes Phantom Dragon, another 7, whatever. Odd Eyes Phantom Dragon has a really good effect. If it has an Odd Eyes monster in the Pendulum Zone, it can inflict 1200 for each Odd Eyes in the Pendulum Zone when it inflicts damage as well. So you could be dealing a maximum of 2400 damage on top of whatever damage it already causes, which is really, really good. You're not really going to have it in the Pendulum Zone unless you're going to destroy it with Sky Iris, so I won't go over the Pendulum effect because you really shouldn't have it in the Pendulum Zone unless it's really needed. Next we have Odd Eyes Persona Dragon. When it's on the field, it can target a special monster or from the extra deck, and you can get its effect basically. And then you use it for your 1 scale, and you can pop it and stuff as well. It's really, really good. Not more to be said about that. That's your Odd Eyes engine, by the way. Really, really good. Love the cards, love the artwork style and stuff. So this is Noble Dragon Magician. So you can target any one of the level 7s. When they're on the field and make them level 4, which is when you can go into your 7 plays, or when you're just special summoning it, you can go for link play either like that as well, whatever you guys want. Then the 2 Performapal Yugo Golem. Now still testing these 2. I mean, I was thinking to run maybe more spells, more traps or something. I was thinking of maybe Odd Eyes Minotaur instead. I'm not sure, I don't have the card, but I was thinking maybe I can change that up a little bit. But for now, it's really good for the, what's it called? The Performapal Gatling Ghoul card. It's really, really good. It's a really, really good card, and it's very easy to summon that with your with Yugo Golem. Basically, when it's special summon, you can fusion summon using that and one of your level 7 dragons or whatever, and you can get out Starving Venom, or you can get out your Gatling Ghoul, which is really, really good. So that's it for the monsters. That's all the monsters. Kind of small enough monster count, and I've been playtesting the deck a lot, and the only thing I'm missing is the big level 12 monster that is in the OCG but hasn't been printed here yet. So hopefully I'm trying to make videos on that as well to show you guys some of the combos and stuff you do with that. But anyway, next we have Spiral Flame Strike. Spiral Flame Strike searches any of the level 7 Dragon Odd Eyes monsters on the field, or if there's an Odd Eyes monster on the field, you can also just destroy one of your opponent's cards. Sometimes works out really well, just if there is a problematic card to get rid of. Next we have 3 Sky Iris, another MVP. Works really well with Arc, Pendulum's effect, and you can just keep spamming Odd Eyes on the field for days. And you're not really focusing on your Pendulum thing, but you have your Link monsters if and when you do want a Pendulum summon, so there's that as well. We run the 2 Terraform and to search the Sky Iris. 3 is probably too much, you don't want to see that many of them, but 2 is perfect. Next, the new card for the ban list is Mind Control. Now, Mind Control is kind of a hidden gem, I feel, because you can take any one of your opponent's monsters, doesn't matter if it's a link monster, doesn't matter, whatever, and you can boost up on the link monster or whatever. You can take your opponent's monster, you can't tribute it and it can't attack or whatever, but what you can do is you can use it for other stuff. Like, because links is such a big thing and because this has to go into tree, I think it's a crime nearly not to use it. You can also, you have synchro, so you can synchro with it, you can link with it, you can fusion with it if it just turns out to be a dark monster. So yeah, so I'm running 3, testing it out, seems to be really well. Next, 2 Pot of Desires. 3's too many, 1's not enough. There's not more I can say on that. You just have to know when to play it properly. The 2 Scapegoat for your 1 turn Topological Bomber Dragon. If I had Burrow Load or Skull D or whatever it's called, if I had that, I'd run that, but Scapegoat is good for Topological at the minute. Topological is a really good card too as well though. Duelist Alliance 2, I think 3's too much because all you're really searching is Arc Pendulum and Odd Eyes Pendulum, but I have other cards for those. So Duelist Alliance, really you're searching Odd Eyes Pendulum, and you have 2 Summoner's Art to search out your Arc Pendulum, because you really want those 2 into your hand first turn, and you have so many search cards to help you get those. Next, for a bit of destruction, we have Cosmic Cyclone. You basically pay 1,000 life points to banish one of your opponent's spells or traps on the field or whatever, and quick play spells you can play on your opponent's turn. Not that it's a big of a deal, but it is good. Next, we have Odd Eyes Fusion for your Vortex Dragon. If I even have, or I don't even think I'm at Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, but I'll show you now in a second anyway. But it's still good for your starting venom and stuff like that. Next, Monster Reborn. Now you're probably wondering why am I running a Monster Reborn in a Pendulum deck, but the fact is the link monsters will go to the graveyard, and cards like Proxy Dragon is so much more better when you summon it the first time it gets destroyed or whatever, and then you're going straight Monster Reborn. You have 2 spaces up, that gives you 3 spaces to pendulum summon late game as well, or you can just take one of your opponent's monsters that's been problematic here, you did beat it or whatever. And the last card is a trap card, Solemn Judgment. Solemn Judgment has to be one of the best Solemn cards because you can use it whenever. Most of the other Solemn cards, 1,500 life points, 2,000 life points is what you have to use or whatever. But Solemn Judgment, you can use it at the start of the game, you can use it at the end of the game. Doesn't matter if you have 100 life points left, it goes down to 50. It's just a really, really good card. And I don't see why you won't play the Solemn. If you don't run any of the other Solemns, I don't see why you wouldn't run Judgment. So that's it for the main deck. Let's get into the extra deck. So we're running the 1 Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon. You can just use any of the 2 level 7s to summon this, and when it's destroyed you have your scale set up with this card or whatever, so it's good for that. You're running the 2 Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon, still one of the best Extreme monsters out there, and because you're running so many level 7s you can just use that. It's really, really good. Number 11 Big Eye for that extra bit of robbing your opponent's monsters. It's just a little theme this deck seems to be having at the minute, but it's still really, really good. Now I'd probably move one of these Synchro monsters. I'm just going to put Synchros on top. So run the 1 Clearwing Synchro Dragon. You have to run it in the 4 Dimension Dragons, whatever. They're just so good. Meteor Burst, special summon your Arc Pendulum from the Pendulum Zone for an extra bit of attack. Black Rose for nuking the field, but you can probably get rid of Black Rose for Vortex because I'm after forgetting, stupid me, after forgetting Vortex in the deck. But you can run between Black Rose Moonlight and Black Rose because they're 2 really, really good Synchro monsters. Next, for the Fusion monsters, Starving Venom Fusion Dragon is still one of the strongest fusion monsters out there. The fact it only needs 2 dark monsters is amazing. Really, really good, and then it can just have crazy attack. And Perform Pal Gatling Ghoul is amazing as well, just because it destroys and fixes damage and stuff. It's really, really good. Next, for the Link monsters then, is Topological Bomber Dragon. It's still probably one of my favourite Link monsters at the minute. And when Topological Trisbana, I think it's called, I'm not really sure. When that comes out, this one basically destroys all monsters in the main monster zone, and Trisbane or whatever destroys all spell and traps, and it's only a Link 3. Really, really good cards together. There's so many times online now I've actually summoned the 2 of them in the duel all together, probably not the same time, whatever, but I've used 2 of them, and it just wipes your opponent's board out, and you have these 2 monsters or whatever, and just go ham or whatever. Next, Decode Talker, because it's just one of the best generic ones at the minute. When new ones come out, they're probably going to use those instead. We have 2 Proxy Dragon, 1 for the scapegoat, or even two. No, well, one for the scapegoat and one just to have for extra. Maybe you can remove that one for Vortex Dragon if that was the case, and the one Mrs. Radiant as well for the scapegoat, because what you do is you scapegoat and then you get summon these two with the 4 tokens, and then you can go straight into Topological Bomber Dragon for free, which is really, really good. So that is it for the deck profile, guys. Please, if I can talk, please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and guys, good luck.